Hey everyone, today we are trading the Jackrabbit in Roblox Jailbreak trading, and when this vehicle released, it was definitely far from perfect, and in fact, it was actually the first level 8 vehicle added in the season, so because of that, it actually has a little bit worse performance than some of the other vehicles we have been trading. And there's the Volt 4X4 in the background. I'll definitely be reviewing the Volt 4X4 in a few videos from now, but anyways, yeah, the Jackrabbit, I think it's an interesting car just because of the history of it, and when it was first released, it was absurdly slow, and I remember actually testing this on one of my streams, and this was around the time when the racetrack was in the game, and guess what? The Jackrabbit was as fast as the fire truck, and whether that is still true today, I mean, you could just look at the speed. It's 130, it's still going up, but obviously, like, the top speed is like 150, which for comparison, the Brulee's reverse speed is about the same, so yes, theoretically, if you use the Brulee in reverse, you would be able to catch up to a Jackrabbit. Now, if that alone doesn't tell you enough about this vehicle, yeah, there was nothing else really special about it. It does have a nice tire in the back, but yeah, that definitely does not make up for the other subpar characteristics of this vehicle. And I do like the design of this vehicle, but it was only until a few months ago when Shadow actually ended up buffing this vehicle, where it has at least some sort of identity. So apparently it climbs hills a little bit better than on release, and so that's basically where this vehicle has been up until now. It's been getting like some smaller buffs. It kind of doesn't really change that this was kind of an underwhelming vehicle when it released. I mean, you know, it can climb stairs, but you know what else can climb terrain very well? A hovering vehicle like the Saucer literally just blows this vehicle out of the water, because if I spawned it in right now, it literally blows the Jackrabbit out of the water. So I don't really get the point of having a vehicle that is better at climbing terrain, because look at this, the Saucer has like absolutely no problem with it. But anyways, you know, this is a Jackrabbit video, so we're gonna go back to the trading dome, and if the introduction of this video wasn't enough for you, I mean, you could probably get the value of this vehicle pretty easily. It's definitely not going to be anywhere close to some of the other vehicles that we have done in this series, but I feel that's going to be kind of interesting. Without further ado, I'm definitely going to start trading now. We've got Randy over here, and we're going to be seeing what he offers for the Jackrabbit. Okay, so this player wants a Jackrabbit and M12 for a Javelin. I mean, in all honesty, could I just do this for an M12? I could just do it for an M12, so I mean, that's interesting. You could just trade an M12 for a Javelin. I'm not gonna do this trade, but that was nice to see. All right, so we've got Sheep over here, and we're actually gonna be just throwing in the Jackrabbit. Now, I'm pretty sure this is going to go terribly wrong, but of course, he declines. You guys know this video is gonna be great. All right, I'm throwing in another Jackrabbit, and what? The Jackrabbit is too low for a Blackhawk? You cannot be serious. Wow, that's actually funny. Okay, so this guy's inventory is just about what you'd expect. Yeah, he's a brand new player and he's only got a Blackhawk pretty much. So wait, he actually wants the Jackrabbit? I have to add like multiple vehicles just to get the Blackhawk for this. Wow. And Array 9 doesn't even balance out. So the Jackrabbit is worth like literally 200,000 or something. There's no way. Look at this. I'm throwing in a lot for it, like more than I'd like to pay it. And I have to balance it out with a Roadster, so it makes just absolutely no sense for me to trade for this vehicle. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to back out. All right, we've actually got a few more players just coming up to me. I guess like players are just swarming me, which is really surprising because I am trading the Jackrabbit of all things. Oh man, dude, you cannot make it up. Oh wow, the value is really rough. I mean, what if I do this? What if I throw the worst vehicle in the game with the best vehicle in the game? So I don't know, this is interesting, and I don't think mango grows on trees really has anything to say about this trade. Yup, he's only got a Blackhawk and Lamborghini. I don't think this is going to turn out that great, so it's going to be really tough getting trades for the Jackrabbit. We've got another player over here. Their name is Jacob, and they immediately declined before I even could put in the Jackrabbit. So okay, so he actually ended up accepting this offer, but I mean, it's a huge overpay, and of course I'm not going to be doing that trade. But yeah, the Jackrabbit is going to be an extremely tough sell. I just still need to get this vehicle done because it is part of the Jailbreak trading series. All right, we've got Sheep over here, and let's see over here. We're gonna offer the Concept, and then let's offer the Beignet, and let's offer the Jackrabbit, just because we're not gonna be able to even get the Brulee or anywhere close with the Brulee if we throw it at first. He's thinking about it, but obviously I can't do the Beignet. I was kind of hoping he'd have something interesting to throw in for the Beignet, but unfortunately he does not, so I'm gonna have to pass on this trade. All right, so we're gonna be just sending a lot more players trades then. We've got Bentley over here. We're gonna be throwing in the Megalodon and the Jackrabbit together, just because I don't know how well the Jackrabbit's gonna sell on its own. Man, my site is still too low for an E-clear. This vehicle is brutal to sell. It's actually so hard to get rid of the Jackrabbit. Something good. I have to actually throw in a show classic. So guys, even if I don't get anything good this video, like, trust me, this is the actual experience of trying to sell the Jackrabbit in 2023. I'm recording this in February, and yeah, you can get an idea that this vehicle is definitely not very well liked. All right, we've got another player over here. We're gonna just be throwing in the Jackrabbit standalone, and of course hyper orange, hyper green. Let's see if I can get maybe a show classic in there. And okay, he's offering hyper orange level 1. Okay, I was just about to decline this trade, and then he ended up switching out the hyper orange for hyper green, but I don't think that makes a difference. All right, we've got this player over here, and we're gonna be offering the Jackrabbit. Let's see their inventory first. Oh wow, a Model 3. Who would have guessed? Do they really not have anything? Oh my god, what? Like, what are these players? Are these actual NPCs? Okay guys, I might have to switch servers pretty soon just because the Jackrabbit is not really doing too well right now. All right, we've got a player trading over here. He actually came up to me, so I'm gonna be offering the Jackrabbit to this player. And he's offering the snake, but my side is actually too low, so wow. All right, so you can actually get an idea of the struggle with the Jackrabbit. I mean, he is going to do it for the snake, but then again, the snake was like 700k or something, so it's not all that of an impressive vehicle, and I'm having to give up the Shell Classic, which is like just under $1 million. All right, we got another player over here. We're going to be throwing in the Jackrabbit again. I'm going to throw in a Goliath, and of course, that guy backed out. And I think that's just sort of the norm of this video. If you trade the Jackrabbit first, then you're probably not going to get all that much for it, or just people are going to straight up decline, so nothing you can really do about that. All right, and we've got this player over here, and I don't know what they're doing, but they just want to accept this trade. I mean, I don't think that's the way trading works. I can kind of see why they think that, because they only have the Lamborghini. I mean, okay, that's fine, not a big deal. They're probably a new player. You can't just give away free stuff. You actually have to add something, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave. I've been seeing some great UGC items. You guys can see that, right? I'm wondering if there's any others that are really interesting. Let me know in the comments if you've seen any cool UGC items. And look at that, we've got another offer for the Jackrabbit, and this player is only given the Volt Bike, but look at this, my side is too low. I mean, that's kind of crazy. I was at least hoping that the Jackrabbit would be $1 million vehicle, but it does not look like it is. So what I'm going to be trying to do, let's see if I can actually balance it out with a monster truck or something. I can't really give 2 limiteds for just $1 million vehicle, and let's see if this guy accepts this, but like I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. So I'm literally gaining an SUV from the street, and he threw in the lava texture, which is okay, I guess, but that's literally from this season. Yeah, both of these items are from season 13. And by the way, guys, if you haven't already heard, I think the February update that is supposed to come next week is delayed. So it's delayed until March, which is kind of sad. So I don't know what season 14 is going to look like. I still hope that's not the thing getting delayed, because at least I want something to grind towards. I'm thinking that, you know, I've taken enough of a break from the main game that I might try and actually grind season 14. I might do some streams and whatnot. And yeah, this is basically this guy's final offer. So if you just take a look at this, it's not really all that impressive. All you're really gaining is just an SUV lava and saw blade rim for this Jackrabbit. Oh, he actually got rid of those 2 items, so he's actually thrown in another $1 million vehicle, but now it's just basically the same as my trade. Wait, what? Wow, this guy thinks I'm just gonna trade the Jackrabbit for an SUV. I mean, okay, I get it, you know, the Jackrabbit isn't worth all that much, but an SUV, come on, that's like an actual all-time low, and he's actually going to get ready for that? No way. I'm gonna have to back out of that trade. We got another player over here that wants to offer for the Jackrabbit, and he's giving the Roadster in Stallion, which my side is too low. Let's see if I can throw in a Crown. This is one of the newest vehicles added into the game, and it spawns right in front of the boss mansion, so I guess it is actually decent because it has a good amount of weight to it, so it was able to balance out that trade, but I feel I could probably throw in a Stallion as well and balance it. I think the Roadster should be on par with the Jackrabbit, so let's actually try that out right now. There we go. I was able to find myself a Roadster, so yeah, it looks like the Jackrabbit and Roadster do that, but of course this guy declines, so wow. I mean, I'm actually really confused. I would have done that, even though the Jackrabbit isn't worth much more than the Roadster. Like, it is still limited in some areas, so I mean, I don't know why you declined that, but I guess it sometimes depends on the player. I mean, maybe he was new and he just didn't know anything about trading. I guess it depends on the player, but if I were him, I would still do it for a limited, even if he would have to give up a Roadster. Like, a limited is still limited, and I guess it is more valuable than an obtainable that has been in the game for like the past 3 years. Regardless, let's do like 1 or 2 more trades. We got got this player, and we're gonna throw in the Jackrabbit and Crown vehicle. I feel these two go along pretty well. I don't actually see that many players trading the Crown, and he actually has a concept. So here's what this player is offering. I am giving the Jackrabbit Crown and Show Classic, and he's giving the concept, but he wants the Snake and Airtail. Wait, what? I mean, that's not what I'm offering, but whatever. I guess you can get a concept for the Jackrabbit technically, but you have to add in heavy ads. I mean, both of these vehicles are like 800k, and then the Jackrabbit's kind of like pretty low, so whatever. I'm gonna back out of that trade. But even then, I probably wouldn't have done that trade just because the concept is obtainable. I mean, you can earn 250k an hour in Jailbreak, and even more if you can find a competent team to do the boss fight with. But of course, you could also consider getting the game passes like the bigger duffel bag and VIP. I actually made a video ranking all of the game passes, so if you want to see what I think about all of them and which ones you should buy if you want to make the most out of your time playing Jailbreak, then you should definitely check that out. You could just totally grind a concept in like a day or two, even if it's your first time playing Jailbreak. I mean, you could just rent a VIP server for like 200 Robux, like that's barely anything. Or you could just play in a VIP server like the ones I host. They're way easier to grind than in a public server, but yeah, you can earn a ton of cash in Jailbreak. So I mean, a concept is not a vehicle I would particularly trade for, especially if you have to give up a ton of limiteds like Jackrabbit and the Shell, like two pretty respectable vehicles. I would only do concept if I was trading like 3 individual $1 million vehicles like the Volt Bike, Black Hawk, or the Monster Truck. I think that would be a good trade for the concept. Anyways, I hope you were able to take away the Jackrabbit value from this video. It might not be appealing to everyone, but you know, it does hold a history in Jailbreak, and in fact, this is a special vehicle to me because I got it when I returned to Jailbreak back in season 9. Now, I do actually prefer the older seasons, but you know, it is what it is, and I'm happy they at least added in trading to the game, so that way I'm able to make some awesome content for you guys. But that being said, I hope you were able to enjoy this vehicle, and if you want to see some other videos in the series, then there is a playlist in the description with the rest of the videos in the Jailbreak training series. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like the video and subscribe, and that being said, I will see you in the next video.